Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Wherever you are, whatever is happening. Um, and there you go. The levels are checked. We are good to go. Hope all is fantastic. I am Reverend Shaun Robert Grant. Welcome to Heart of Christ Ministry 2023. Great message for you as always. I'm excited. I'm excited because this is a new um, chapter and the development and evolution of this ministry, and that, excuse me, that really has so much to do with awakening the millionaire consciousness within. This is something that I've thought about for a long time. My wife has thought about for a long time, and I'm just excited to bring it to you. And it's you better get in on the ground floor, man, because I tell you, it's going to be something special. So before we get into that today, let's get to some business here, guys. If you have any questions, any feedback, any comments, any correspondence whatsoever, please take the time to write to us at ShaunG04@gmail.com. Love to hear from you. As always, we will get back to you as soon as we possibly can because we love corresponding with the folks out there. So thank you in advance for writing to us and interacting on a personal level. All right. If this message benefits you in a capacity that changes your life or transforms your life, or if there have been other messages that have benefited you in the past, I really want you to know that I'm so appreciative and so thankful that it has. And if you feel moved to, please donate to us. It helps, definitely goes a long way. Venmo at Heart of Christ Ministry, PayPal, ShaunG04@gmail.com. Zelle is the same as PayPal, ShaunG04@gmail.com. That would be fantastic. And if you do decide to donate, you will receive the Endless Prosperity Pack, which is 5 handpicked videos taking you from zero to financial freedom, like that. Maybe not like that. Depends on how long you study it. Depends on how long you take your time to really get into the idea of what is laid out for you there, because it's a lot of amazing videos that are just so powerful when it comes to the concept of wealth, prosperity, abundance, and money from an energy perspective. Okay. So thank you in advance for that. That is yours with any size gift that you decide to give. And with that being said, let's get into today's message. Woo! Heart of Christ Ministry 2023, the quote unquote lifeblood of the Awakened Millionaire, the lifeblood of the Awakened Millionaire consciousness is what I'm saying. Okay. So when we say lifeblood, what do we mean by lifeblood? Well, you got to stay here and check out the entire message, because I'm going to tell you what the lifeblood is at the end of this. But it's important to know the lifeblood is the power. The lifeblood is the strength. The lifeblood is the life force of any and everything that you come into contact with, that gives it, right? Just like how our lifeblood is that divine life force that really animates us and brings us to this level of just amazing creativity and wisdom, knowledge, insight, and understanding, all these amazing things. There is a lifeblood to the Awakened Millionaire consciousness, and I got it for you today. But first, let's get ready to start off with our list. We got 4 different things, so prepare yourself to be wowed. Number 1, the lifeblood is the engine for the Awakened Millionaire consciousness. Okay. And what is the engine, right? The engine is what makes things go, is what gives it power. The lifeblood gives the Awakened Millionaire consciousness power. And how does it do that? It does that by letting you know that there are absolutely no limitations whatsoever in this universe, in your life, in your environment. It don't matter. You can be in the worst possible impoverished environment ever, and the lifeblood can still be the engine that awakens the millionaire consciousness within you. Oh, I'll say it again. You can be in the worst possible environment, the shittiest environment, right? And the lifeblood is still the engine for the Awakened Millionaire consciousness. That means you can go from the poorhouse to the penthouse, and it ain't even about money, but it's about you being able to recognize that this lifeblood lies within yourself. Ooh, right? Doesn't get much better than that. It's the engine, right? We think of the engine, it's what makes it go, right? It's what gives it its power, what tells you that regardless, you notice I'm going to give you a bit of an analogy right here. Regardless of what is going on the outside, right? When we look at a car, what matters the most about a car? What's happening on the inside? The same goes for you and me. It don't matter. Sorry if I'm screaming, I'm just excited. It doesn't matter what's on the outside. None of that matters at all. The grand scheme of things. What matters is what's on the inside, and on the inside, it's the transmission. It's the engine. It's the thing that gets it going, that gets it revved up, that gets it moving from point A to point B to point C to point Z. That is the lifeblood. It is the engine of the Awakened Millionaire consciousness. And why? Because the lifeblood is unlimited. You might even have an idea what the lifeblood is, but I'm not going to give it to you just yet because I got to keep going. But remember that. And nothing can break this engine down. Nothing can separate us from this engine when we are connected and the ignition is going with this engine. Look out, because guess what? The consciousness of the Awakened Millionaire is revved up. It is moving. It is creating. It is seeing things, knowing things, understanding things on the highest possible level possible, right? That's the lifeblood. Ooh. The mic is hot, baby. The mic is hot. The mic is hot. Oh, number 2. The lifeblood is the catalyst for the faith of the Awakened Millionaire consciousness, right? When I was in school, I went to private school. Some of you may know that. And we used to sing this song. And I would just sing it just because I didn't really know like what it meant at the time. But then there was a time where I got back and I was thinking about that song, and I was like, hold on. And I remember it goes a little something like this. You shall walk the barren desert, though you shall not die of thirst. You shall wander far in safety, though you do not know the way. You shall seek the word in foreign lands, and all will understand. Know that I am with you through it all. Right? So, thank you. I didn't even have a chance to warm up yet. But I thought about that song, and it's called Be Not Afraid, right? And it just hit me one day, literally like 20, 30 years later, it hit me one day. This is what faith is all about, right? This is what faith is all about. Walking through the barren desert, right? Not having water, right? Oh, that's my water. I was like, what is that noise? It's just this random noise. But yes, walking through the barren desert, not having water, going through the lowest valley, watching, as we talked about in number 1, things fall apart around you, and still having that faith to see the vision, right? Having that faith to see the vision, the very end, the very successful, dynamic, powerful, fulfilled end. That is faith. And that type of faith, right? That type of faith can only be seen, felt, heard, discovered through the lifeblood of the Awakened Millionaire, right? So when we think of this, we think of faith. The real reality of faith is how we used to say back in church: the evidence of things seen, the substance of, was it the evidence of things not seen, or something like that, the substance of things not felt. It's basically you're believing in something that you can't yet physically see yet, right? And so that is a perfect example. It leads me to something that I want to tell you. It don't matter what life looks like. It don't matter what's in your account. It don't matter where you live. It don't matter how much you have or what experience you have. The lifeblood gives you the faith to know that whatever it is you need, whatever it is you desire from the heart, the lifeblood has the faith to get you there. Faith, I'm going to write a book on this year. Faith is the true currency of the universe. It ain't dollars. It ain't money. It's faith. Faith is the true currency of the universe. The lifeblood is the catalyst for faith. Why? Because the lifeblood is like, it's like basically somebody taking gasoline and pouring it on you and then lighting a match and throwing it and you, that flame just goes, whoosh, right? That's what the lifeblood does to you. It gives you faith where other people can't see, right? Some people just have struggle. They have a struggle with faith. They're like doubting Thomas, right? They just don't see anything yet, but the thing is, you gotta have the faith to see it in yourself first. That's what the lifeblood does. Gives you the faith to see it in yourself. And I'm telling you, when you know this, when you understand this, you have already reached the riches within. You've already accessed, I don't even say reach because they're there. You've already accessed the riches within. You've already accessed the wealth within, the abundance, the infinite supply. You've already accessed it, right? And that faith leads you to act upon it. Number 3, folk, the lifeblood is the sustainability for the awakened millionaire consciousness, okay? And what is sustainability? That means that no matter what you come across, no matter what you come against, the worst possible circumstances ever, again, like the worst thing can happen to you and the lifeblood is still sustaining you, right? I've seen so many colleagues, millionaires, multimillionaires, people that I know personally who've gone into bankruptcy, right? And come back even stronger. Why? Because even throughout the bankruptcy, the lifeblood sustains you if you're willing to surrender to its consciousness, to awaken your consciousness, to be the awakened millionaire. Right? So it don't matter. You could be flat broke. And something you're going to learn as you listen to more and more of these videos, and if you eventually work with me, is that being the awakened millionaire has absolutely nothing to do with your money. Your money is a result of you being the awakened millionaire, but it has nothing to do with money. It has nothing to do with anything physical cash. That's just a result of the consciousness, right? And when you can separate yourself from that, from thinking that I can only be rich if I have X and X amount of dollars. I can only be rich if I have X and X amounts of houses or cars or whatever. When you can separate yourself from that, guess what? Freedom, freedom, freedom. Yeah, yeah. Right? Got that from Baby's Kids. Freedom is what you have. And when that freedom is there, guess what? I can tell you from experience. Your money is going to show up in a multitude of ways. Why? Because it's no longer contingent upon something physical outside of yourself being the source, right? Most people are terrified of losing their jobs. Why? Because the job is the source. If the job is not there, I have no money, but that's not true. The lifeblood is the source and the sustainability, right? Which means you have all the money in the world, all the infinite supply, not just money, but resources. But the greatest resource, you have you. You have your faith, right? You have the lifeblood. Sustainability, infinite sustainability. Now, I'm going to lead you into number 4, and you probably already know what I'm going to say the lifeblood is. And the beauty of it is If you do, that means you're right on point. If you don't, that's okay too, because we're going to let you know what the lifeblood is. You ready for this? Boom! The lifeblood is the unlimited God in and as you. Yes. I'll raise a hallelujah. It is the unlimited God in and as you. That is the lifeblood. Oh, I got to whisper. I got to whisper because it's amazing, right? It's amazing. We, as in the entire human race, the entire spectrum of the universe, multiverse, metaverse, whatever it is you want to call it, are endowed completely with the lifeblood, the unlimited God in as us, one and the same, right? That lifeblood creates the awakened millionaire consciousness. And we talked about last episode, how does it do that? Well, you tap into it and you combine your consciousness with it, and it shows you the very thing, very blueprint that you've been placed on this earth to create, right? It shows you that. It shows you that without hesitation. And it leads you, it creates your life so you can be prepared, right? Like I was prepared to teach about the awakened millionaire consciousness. Why? Because I grew up broke. I grew up around tons of broke people, right? Saw so many people just flat broke. Like, but here's the thing. When we say broke, it had nothing to do with money. These individuals were mentally and emotionally broken and impoverished. And when you're mentally, emotionally, and even spiritually broken or impoverished, there ain't no way you're going to create any type of money. Right? And why is that? Because mentally, emotionally, and spiritually broken means you are so separated from the God in you as you that you have no access to that current, right? That wants to come out of you and create and bless you with all types of abundance, of infinite abundance, right? But the lifeblood, what it does is it prepares you to move on the blueprint that you've been created for, and it gives you the perfect life circumstances. If you ever want to know like why your life is the way that it is, look back to when you were a child, and then in adolescence, and then in teenage years, and see all the stuff that you came up against, right? Those obstacles were showing you a different side of what it meant to succeed in your purpose, in your blueprint. That was the lifeblood, the unlimited God at work in you, right? When you experience being made fun of in school, when you experience not being able to have your parents pick you up and you had to walk 2-3 miles home, or when somebody, when money was tight, when you experience all of that, that was the lifeblood preparing you to succeed in your blueprint on this day. And part of that blueprint is awakening that millionaire consciousness, is understanding, yes, I had to go through this. Yes, I accept it. Yes, now it's time for me to rise up and motivate other people in that process. And there is nothing that's going to stop me. Why? Because the lifeblood, it's unstoppable. It's infallible. It's unlimited. It is powerful. I'm just beyond excited because, you know, this message had absolutely nothing to do necessarily with money, but I guarantee you, if you get what I'm saying, it will make you a millionaire. If you're not a millionaire already, it might even do more than that, right? Like I promise you. And look, I'm gonna say this a lot because I want you to know, money is not the goal. Money is a resource. Money is a tool. When you have money as your resource, as your tool, you know what happens? You know what unfolds? Here's what unfolds when you have money and resource. Sorry, money as a resource, as a tool, and not a goal. You begin to express more of that blueprint, and the expression of it becomes so great that it influences, empowers, and affects more and more people around you. I see it on Instagram every single day, right? The more I tap into my lifeblood and blend my consciousness, the more people I reach. I look at the videos I post, and it's like it's reaching more people, more random people, not random, but people I don't know are being impacted by me following the current of the lifeblood within me that is awakened my millionaire consciousness. And that is the simplest thing. It's the simplest thing. The lifeblood is within you. Sit with it. Pray with it. Ask it questions. See what it gives you. Take heed to it, right? Remember, at the end of the day, it's unstoppable. It's infallible. Doesn't matter where you start. Doesn't matter where you are. Doesn't matter how much you have, because all that matters is what you got in here and in here. And when you know that, people, they can take everything away from you. And guess what? You're still going to win. You're still going to win. Hands down. No doubt about it. All right. That wraps up today's message. Thank you so much, guys. Wow, that was a good one. If you have any questions, any feedback, any correspondence, please write to us at ShaunG04@gmail.com. We'll get back to you as soon as we possibly can. Thank you in advance. If this message benefited you as much as it benefited me, being as excited about it as I am, man, let me tell you. Sow us a seed, right? Donate to us if it's in alignment with you, if you're feeling love for it. Venmo at Heart of Christ Ministry, PayPal, ShaunG04@gmail.com. Zelle is not listed, but Zelle is the same as PayPal, ShaunG04@gmail.com. Thank you in advance. Also, please share this video, guys. If you feel it has helped you, please, by all means, share it, get it out there, spread the word, awaken the millionaire consciousness, and whoever it is you're connected to. By the way, if you decide to give, yes, a gift of any size, doesn't matter what it is, you will receive the Endless Prosperity Pack, my dears. Yes, you will. You will receive the Endless Prosperity Pack, which is 5 handpicked videos by yours truly, Reverend Shaun Grant, the Money Mystic, to help you go from zero to financial freedom within yourself in no time flat. Well, it depends on how much work you put in, but it's all yours with a simple gift or donation to Heart of Christ Ministry. Thank you in advance for that, guys. That wraps up today's message. Hope you're having a great new year. Happy Chinese New Year. Kung Hai Fat Choi. Yes. If you're celebrating that. And I'm sure we will see you very soon. Okay. Have a wonderful day. Take care. Talk soon.
Every dream begins with a vision that sees everything before anyone else ever can. A vision that ignites the endless power to make all your dreams come true. Your truth is in this vision. Now is the time